Good afternoon, and welcome to Straight Talking with Kelly. Today, my special guest is Amina Sunshine Gorman. Hi, Amina. So
Hi.
before we get started, let me give you a little bit about Amina's background. Amina Sunshine is a singer, actress, and writer. Growing up in the Morgan Park community on the south side of Chicago, she is an active and engaging young lady. She listens to musics from all genres, top 40 to show tunes to 60s rock. She's an avid reader, loves learning. She maintains A's and B's in school with future aspirations of going to Fisk University to major in business. She is a member of the Beverly neighborhood, which is part of the Chicago Children's Choir. I think I've said that wrong, so Amina, when we get into this, you can straighten that out for me. It is through this organization that she is honing her skills in music and is given opportunities to participate in experiences such as performing in multiple operas at the Lyric Opera in Chicago. Amina has a passion for helping others and does it through charitable works, which she creates some of her own and with other organizations. She has spent her own money to buy food to feed the feral cats in the neighborhood during the winter months. She participates with the Southside Baha'is children's classes in 3 community service projects annually and different community projects with the Beverly neighborhood choir of the Chicago's Children's Choir. So, Amina, what an already ambitious little resume you have. And you're
Thanks.
just, how old are you?
I'm 13.
And where are you going to school?
I'm going to school at Limblum Math and Science Academy.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that school. What's it like? Do you like it?
Yeah, it's super fun. And we kind of get mixed in with the high schoolers a lot because it's an academic center. So there's 7th and 8th graders that are mixed in with the high schoolers. And so I have a technology class that only has like 5 7th graders in it, and the rest of them are all high schoolers. And so it's a really interesting and unique experience.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. I can't wait to hear more about that. So
Mhm.
tell me a little bit more about the Beverly's children, the neighborhood, what is it? Beverly's
The
neighborhood
Beverly
choir.
Choir, yeah. I've been in the choir for 4 years, and during that time, we've done a lot of different things. We have passed out water at breast cancer walks, and
Wow.
we've sang at lots of different places. We've sang at the Croc Center, we've sang at high schools, all different types of places. We've sang with some special people. I personally sang with Bobby McFerrin, and some other people in my choir have sang with Chance the Rapper and a lot of other people. It's a really fun time there.
Wow, wonderful opportunities. So is that your future direction? Is that what you want to be, a singer, actress?
Yeah.
And you have an agent? You actually go out for commercials and things like that, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. So now tell me this. When you are in school because of the Zoom right now, how does that work for you? Are you able to keep your grades up and keeping the flow with everything?
Yeah. I'm very lucky to have such a great class. My entire class, we're always helping each other out. So if somebody needs some extra help with any assignment that we have, we will create our own Google Meet, and then we'll have our own study hall. And our teachers have their emails open all the time, so they'll create meets for us to talk to them if we need help or anything like that. My school is pretty good about helping kids keep their grades up even during the pandemic. So
Wow. So and then that and the simple fact that you guys are helping each other, it kind of keeps that social contact going with you guys.
yeah.
But I'm sure you're still missing the in-person stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely. I miss all my
Yeah.
friends because most of
Yeah.
my friends don't go to my school anymore. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully soon we'll be able to get back into the real scheme of things. So now tell me this. What are 3 things you're grateful for?
the things I'm grateful for. I am extremely grateful for my entire family. I love them all so much. I am grateful for my choir and all the opportunities that they give me. And I'm extremely grateful for my friends as well because my friends helped me through some tough times too. So,
Oh, that is wonderful. That is awesome. So, When someone is feeling stressed, what are 3 suggestions you'd share to them to get them to feel less stressed? What would you say?
Well, out of personal experience, definitely take a break to do something that you like doing. Maybe literally anything. It could be just taking a break to go take a nap or something. Um, Talking to people is really helpful because keeping it all in is not, it's makes it much harder and it makes it extremely stressful when you can have other people to lean on. And also, I do think that if it's possible, you can talk to whatever is making you stressed. Like, if it's a school thing, you can talk to your teachers and tell them, like, hey, I've been having a hard time with this. Can you help me out so that it can be a little bit less stressful and those kind of things?
Wow, you are so mature for 13. I mean, just got that head on straight. And you're an avid reader. So or do you still read a lot of books?
Yeah, I do. I read a lot more online lately, but I still do read all the time.
Because you've been reading since how old were you when you started reading?
I think it was like 2, something
That's
like
what
that.
I know, 2 years old. And when we say reading, you have a lot of videos of you on YouTube with you reading at that age, don't you?
Hmm.
And what is your YouTube station called? I mean, how would people get to go know to find, how would they find you?
If you like, you can just Google Amina Sunshine, and there should be like a bunch of videos of me that just pop up on Google.
Okay. Okay. So what is the funniest thing you've ever done?
The funniest thing I've ever done. I think I might have to say the funniest thing I've ever done was, and I barely have any memory of this, so this is mostly like recollection of like my parents telling me things, but we were at like a pumpkin patch or something, and I was so upset that I could not get a pumpkin because I had a tiny one, and that's the ones they allowed you to have, but they wouldn't allow you to have the ginormous ones. So I sat in front of the two little what are they called? Um, the people, scarecrows. Goodness gracious,
Oh,
in
okay.
front of the two scarecrows, and I was sitting on a hay bale holding the ginormous pumpkin, and I would refuse to leave. I was like, I'm not moving. I am staying here until you let me get this pumpkin.
Oh my, did you get that pumpkin?
I did not. I did.
Okay, well, you tried. You did give it a whirl. You gave it a whirl. So now tell me this, what do you think the state of, you know how adults like myself and other adults who say these teenagers today or these kids today, what do you have to say to us when we say stuff like that?
Well, for one, I do think that we are given like unfair standards. We're expected to have the same, like grow up the same way as everyone else did when we're all growing up in different situations. Like, I know that they didn't grow up in the middle of a pandemic. I like those kind of,
Okay.
and then also they can't really talk entirely about us because there are also things that they do that are questionable, and they would, if we did them, they'd be like, yeah, we're going to talk about you. So, I think we should all just grow on our own and like stop trying to compare ourselves to other generations and stuff, because we didn't grow up in a simulation. We didn't grow up the exact same way and came out different ways. We came out different ways because we grew up different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, 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 wow. I understand that you write beautiful poetry. Do you have any on hand? Because I want to definitely, I think it was that Black child that
I
I was,
don't know if I do. I don't think so.
okay, okay. Well, maybe that'll be another interview where we'll get a
Yeah.
chance to have you do that because I remember that being really wonderful. So name me 3 people that have inspired you.
3 people.
3.
I would say my mom and my dad for sure. They are like big advocates for everything that I do, and like everything that they do, I've always wanted to do and be just like them. And also, I do think that people like Amanda Gorman, which a lot of my classmates call me Amanda Gorman's little sister because we have the same last name, but she's like a super big inspiration because she's done so much at such a young age, and she's gotten so many awards and things. She's been the first for like so many things that it's just absolutely amazing and incredible. So
Oh, that is beautiful. Wow, girl, you got my heart just pounding over here. I am so excited having this interview with you. So, what do you think are the most important things to living a great life?
the most important things is a good foundation, like with like family or friends. It could be just chosen family, it could be your actual family that you were born with. I do think that having a good support system is very important to having a good life. Being where you want to be, not where others expect you to be. So not doing things just because you think it'll make others happy, doing things that actually make you happy, and doing them because they make you happy and not because someone else wants you to. And also, I don't want to say it like this, but minding your own business, because if you are always in someone else's business, you won't be able to focus on your own goals and your own self, and that would make your life much more stressful than it needs to be. So
Oh my goodness, how did you get this smart? Who, your mom and dad are incredible. And I'm sure your grandparents had something to do with it too, right? What do you think about that? Oh my goodness. So tell me, what are some of the fun places you like to visit?
Um, I went to Hawaii once and it was absolutely amazing. We got to swim with the dolphins, which is super fun. I love going out to California every year. And also Phoenix, Arizona, where my grandmother lives. Yeah, I go to California and Arizona the most. I visit there almost every year to go visit my grandparents.
Okay, okay. Now, do you have any siblings?
I do not. I wish.
Okay, you wish. That's what you say, and people say that until they get them, and then all of a sudden
I
it's like,
I have a lot of annoying little cousins, but they're adorable still. So yeah,
so they can be like your sister cousins, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let me see here. What do you think your future will look like? So when I look at you and I think of, okay, this is a 13-year-old young lady, smart, beautiful, straight A student, already has a career going. 21 years later, what are you going to be doing? How will we see Amina? Will we see her on Broadway lights? Will we see her on television in the movies? What will we see?
Well, I do want to be on television and be a well-known singer and a well-known actress and those kind of things. So
Okay. And then, but you're going to school for business. So that means you want to be a businesswoman. You're going to be smart about all of that too, right?
yeah, I want to be able to read all of the documents and know exactly what they mean and have no fine line, no fine prints that I don't understand. And I want to be able to do all of my own stuff because I have the capability to do that.
Oh, wow. That's smart that you already know to read the contracts. You could have taught a whole bunch of prior singers that lesson because a lot of people surely didn't learn it. And I'm sure there's some out there right now that still haven't learned it. So good for you for being on top of that. Um, are there any questions you want to ask me?
Hmm. Um, I don't know a lot about you, so what do you do?
Oh, you see, this is why I love smart, young, intelligent women. Well, I am the host of the Straight Talking with Kelly podcast. And one of the things that I like to do is to get young people like yourself, smart, creative, talented, and interested, to share some of their thoughts so we can kind of get a feel for how the young people of today are thinking and what's going on in their mind. Do you follow politics at all? Do you know what's
Like
going on in the
I,
world?
s- I follow it a slight bit. Most of my class, like if we have something that's really big, we'll talk about it in class and we'll get a lot more information on it. But like minor amounts, yeah.
Okay, okay. Now, so tell me this. I know that when I was growing up, I used to love going to the movies. And now that you guys have COVID, what do you watch on television? What are some of the programs that you watch?
I watch a lot of anime. Um, and I also watch like a lot of supernatural shows. Honestly, there's like one show that I can never get right because there's like three spin-offs of it. I think it's called Legacies. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
that's the name of it. I watch Hunter x Hunter, Haikyuu, um, The Promised Neverland, Given, yeah, those kind of things.
Okay. Okay. Now, do you play video games at all?
No, not really, actually.
No. Now, I know you did some IT coding and making robots and doing all that girl coding stuff. Do you still do that? And I think that IT class that you're taking now is a continuation of that, right?
Well, I did coding like after school club in like the second and third grade. I haven't really done much since then. I did a little bit in fourth grade for like science class, but other than that, not really. And since it's the first week of the second semester at my school, we just started IT class, so we haven't had it really like in depth yet. So we've only been talking about like some minor coding things, but we might get into it a little bit more later on.
Okay. And I know you used to play chess and you were on the swim team at one point.
Yeah, I
And I
did a
remember at one point you didn't know how to swim. And then 2 weeks later, you were on the swimming team winning championships. I'm like, how do you do that?
Yeah, I was in a lot of sports and I like kind of almost drowned in Hawaii. So my mom was like, "Oh, we're definitely taking you to take swimming lessons." So I got there to the swimming lessons and the swimming coach, he asked my mom, he was like, "Can we get her on the swim team?" And so then mom signed me up for the swim team and then I joined.
And then you were winning on the winning team and you were one of the people helping them win. And I'm like, wow, amazing. So tell me about chess because you were also very good at playing chess.
Yeah,
Did you no longer play chess or do you still
I
play?
I do sometimes, but I'm not on the chess team or anything. My dad always played chess with me when I was younger, and he joined me in, well, he put me in the after school chess like club. And that was from like first grade to maybe third grade. And in fourth grade, you're allowed to join the chess team. So in fourth grade, I was in the chess club and the chess team, and we were winning a bunch of different competitions and stuff. And me and my friends would bring back big, ginormous trophies and at the end of the day and things like that. And I still play chess sometimes, like at home, but not like in a team capacity kind of thing.
Competitive. Okay. And you have a young girlfriend, classmate, who also is a film producer and she uses you in her programs. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Avery Kelly, she's one of my closest friends. I've known her since like first grade. She goes to Keller and she is a screenwriter and she's like amazing. And she did get a film that she had created for like just for a school project about Black History Month into museums. And it was like all over the place and she got awards for it. It was a humongous deal. And she also
Wow.
has this show called Back Row, and she put a bunch of our friends into it, and she kind of put us into different character roles that she thought would fit us most like the best. And she's done 2 episodes so far, and we had one big like performance and all that stuff. It was a super, it was super fun. And we all got to learn a bunch of things about the process of films and like building it all together. It was super interesting and stuff like
Oh,
that.
that is beautiful. That's beautiful. So you're really getting the feel for what it's like. And
Yeah.
starting off this young is beautiful. So what was it like working with Bobby McFerrin? Don't worry, be happy.
He was super nice, and also hilarious. And he would start scatting all the time. Like
Is
in if there was any sort of like quiet space, you would just turn around and you hear him scatting. And it was just absolutely incredible how he would just like go up and down and all over the place. And I would just be like, whoa. And I had this, there's most of the time I was in like casual clothes, but there was this one point where I had to wear this ginormous ball gown and I couldn't move because they had like perfectly shaped it into a circle. But like before they shaped it into a circle, me and Bobby McFerrin were like doing this dance where we were just like kicking it because the skirt was super fluffy and stuff. And we were like spinning around and kicking and stuff. It was super fun.
Oh, that is wonderful. Wow. So Amina, do you have any pets or anything like that?
I have one cat and one fish. The fish is more my mom's, but the cat is, her name is Sprinkles. I've had her for 3 years.
Okay. Okay. Sprinkles. That's a pretty name. Did you name your cat?
Yes, I did. Her middle name is Catastrophe.
Sprinkles Catastrophe. Well, there you go. There's a name.
Yeah.
So Amina, before we close out, I want to know, what advice would you give to young people in terms of dealing with the pandemic or preparing for the future? What do you say to them?
I would say connections are extremely important. So keep your connections, like for both of those things. Keeping your connections is vital to survival because if you don't know anyone, it's very hard to get places all on your own. And in some cases, it's impossible to get places all on your own. So keeping your connections with your friends will be really important for like staying happy and staying safe in the pandemic, because if you don't talk to anyone, you will go stir crazy. And I can attest to that because I forgot to text my friends for the first 3 months of the pandemic. And yeah,
Okay.
my parents, I love my parents. I don't want to be in the house with them 24/7. That little
I
overkill.
understand that. I understand that. So
Yeah,
now tell me this, you have on your pearls. Is this pearls for Kamala?
no.
Why are you
But
wearing pearls?
I'm wearing pearls because my grandmother always, she would always be like, why don't you have on a necklace? Your neck looks bare. And so I would always wear necklaces and just like stuff like that. As soon as I got into any kind of place, she'd be like, Amina, do you have on your earrings? I was like, okay, I'll put on my earrings. I'm getting some earrings right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, you know what? That's I don't know what to say about that. It makes me smile. It makes me smile. So that means somebody's listening, huh?
Yeah.
So now, if you had anything to say to your parents right now, because they have done an amazing job with you, what would you say to them?
I would say thank you for always taking care of me and thank you for raising me and thank you for continuing to encourage me to do things that are out of my comfort zone because I would have never joined the swim team on my own. I wasn't like that big into swimming and that kind of thing. Like all of those different experiences happened because they allowed me to do them. So
Okay, that's beautiful. Well, Amina Sunshine Gorman, thank you so much for your time. And you know what, audience, I wasn't going to say this, but I want you to know how proud I am of this young lady, more so than you'll ever know. And the main reason is because, tell them why, Amina.
you're my grandmother.
I'm her grandma. That's right. I am her grandma, and she knows she's my number one young lady. That's my grandma's cookie. And I tell her she's always my favorite grandchild. And she says, Grandma, I'm your only grandchild. But I told her that's why she's my favorite. So kisses and smoothes to you. I really appreciate you taking out the time. And I will look forward to having you back again because I want them to hear some of the writing that you've done because some of your writing is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
So
we'll
thank
do.
you.
Thank you. Bye.